Hello everyone, I'm Mackie here. It is 7:01 p.m. on the 30th day of September, the last day of September. In a couple of days, it will be October, or a couple of hours, of course, it will be October. And we are officially 2 weeks out from Worlds, or 14 days if your math is not great. Now that the teams have been chasing and chasing China all year long, and now that some of the teams have made it, and sadly, some of the teams that don't make it, we have now entered into the period of like the biggest event we have ever seen in League of Legends. We have now come to probably the biggest event ever. It is where legends will be made. It will be names that will be etched in forever. It will be where glorious championships being lifted, players being legendary, bums will be exposed, narratives will be created, and all these kind of stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everyone to World Season. And I think it is time for me to rejig all my content that is surrounded Worlds this year. Now, Chasing China was great. It was a great episode. Well, not great if you look at the numbers, of course. But it was a great episode talking about all the things that's going on to see which team going through, all the analysis, narratives, all this kind of stuff. And now that all the chasing has been over, we or I decided to name this brand new series that is all about Worlds 2025, all about the narratives, all about the highs, the lows, the wins and losses, and all the kind of stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, as of today, or as of tomorrow, of course, if you're watching this, we are renaming the series Capturing China. Oh yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. This series is going to be dedicated all about Worlds for the next couple of days and the next couple of weeks as we get ready for the biggest event in all of League of Legends. And the content for this year is going to be massive. I think this is going to be the most content I'm going to do for probably this year that I ever done. Like more than I done for the MSI content. So, if in case you haven't noticed, here is the whole enchilada. Now, I'm recording this on Tuesday, of course, and this video will be coming up tomorrow, of course, at around 9 a.m. So please check your video VODs. If you subscribe to that video, make sure that it is 9 a.m. Wednesday morning that this video will come out, talking about all things World. Now, we're kicking off with the Worlds Primer, which is going to be all the basic information that's going on with Worlds, merchandise, emotes, the whole 9 yards, of course. And then we take a couple of days off, reflecting all kinds of stuff. And then October 3rd, we'll do our classic Flock of News Friday when we take out all the news that's going on around League, of course, different stuff that is not Worlds related, or some of it is Worlds related, of course. And then we're going to do some champion rankings. Now, I've barely done any rankings in terms of champions and all kind of stuff. So basically is that these are champions that you expect to play in a meta, of course, because we're going to be in the World's meta around 25-9 is going to be the World's meta, or 25-10, depends on upset if they so. But hopefully when the World's patch will come in, we will be ranking which champions are going to be playful and which champions is going to be like more situational focus. Like I wanted to see which champions from like a 1 to 10 scaling or 1 to 10 rating about which champions is going to be the most broken, which champions is going to be the most useful, and which champions is going to, elevate the world championship even further. Like I get Fearless Draft is going to be like, all these kind of stuff. And, your Aurelias might be pick ones, or your Jinx might be pick ones, and it will not be as much. And as we see from MSI, a lot of champion diversity, a lot of champions being picked, and a lot of new ones can be, showcased. And it will be up to the coaches and players to adapt to all of that stuff, including all the togetherness as we can go. I want to see which champions will be good enough to see if they can just crack through the upper echelons of the meta. Maybe it'll be one of those fringe picks that'll be good enough, or maybe one of those picks that you may never see. Corki, Poppy, Tristana, who knows? That will be all find out on Friday. On Monday and Tuesday is going to be a 2-part series ranking the players and the teams. Now, in case you haven't noticed, I have my World's rankings just coming up right here. These are all the seven. There's all the 17 rankings, one for 17, and I will rank them. I have the players, of course, being ranked, and we're gonna see which one will be S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, or D tier, of course. And of course, this Rolls to Worlds will help us, analyze and see which my rankings go based on resume and all kind of stuff. Because let's be honest, the LTA number one, I know, I cannot say LTA, but the LTA number one is probably in the same breath as, let's just say, the LPL number one, which I feel like is unfair. I feel like based on resume, based on the squad they have, based on how they play, the meta, the whole 9 yards, we will find out which teams and which players are good enough to level up against the other competition at Worlds. So that would be a fun exercise to be done. And if you wanted to notice that we are putting it in a two-parter, because let's be honest, doing it in a one-parter is going to be long and nauseating. So I decided, let's just split this whole thing into two parts and call it a day. On the 8th of October, by the way, on when next week, we will I will give you my best moment from Worlds and the matches from each season, which is excluded from season one, because let's be honest, season one is just nothing in my opinion. I don't remember much of season one. We will pick the I will pick the best moment from Worlds from every season, because we're celebrating the 15 years of Worlds. I wanted to capture which moment just makes me feel like I'm a League of Legends fan. Which moments and matches want me to go back again and again and again, no matter how many years, of course. Which moment makes you feel like you wanted to see that over and over again? And we're gonna do all of that on this little October 8th. Let me just a little exercise. Thursday, October 9th will be the 10 questions for World 2025. The 10 most burning questions that is going to be important for this World 2025. In terms of player, in terms of narrative, in terms of champion, and all kinds of stuff. And you know what? Maybe I could just put it on Reddit, of course, to see what's going on, of course. Or maybe I'll come up with questions on my own. So, October 9th will be all about the questions, all about which questions is going to be answered throughout this entire world. October 10th, and this is the most important thing, we're going to be talking about regionals. Now, we're not going to talk about teams or anything, because, of course, all these teams are going to be like, it'll be like a 20-hour show, of course. But I wanted to do this from a regional narrative standpoint, in which how important this world is towards your region. Like how important a world's win happens to LCK, although LCK has won a few. How important it is if winning worlds for an LPL perspective, because let's be honest, the LPL is not having a good time in the last couple of years. The LEC trying to recapture their glory, the LTA having a rough year, trying to like get some momentum going into next year. So that will be how I'm going to view it from a regional standpoint. How my narratives will go to regional standpoints. And on October 13th, before the games will begin, we'll previewing some of the games, of course. We're only previewing one game, and that is T1 versus IG, of course. And that is the Faker versus Rookie matchup that we've all been waiting for so long. Unfortunately, they're in a decline, but hey, you're only going to see this once. You're only going to see this once. And I'm glad that we're going to have it. And then some parlays. And no, we're not talking about gambling, putting money on parlays. No, I'm not sponsored by a gambling sponsor, guys. And trust me, I will never will, okay? Just that channel is free and wholesome, and it's 100% all about League of Legends. We do not get a dime. We ad rolls. We don't do that around here. And so does gambling. But I wanted to put like, what are the odds we might get like pentakills, or what are the odds we might get a champion being seen more? What are the odds we might see on being run, of course? The same thing with the MSI thing, of course. And that will be taking place on October 13th. From the Tuesday, October 14th, we will be doing, until the end of Swiss, I will be doing some previews on TikTok, a narrative preview of each and every day of League of Legends on your TikTok and on your YouTube short. So please, of course, subscribe to those channels, because we're on 41 subscribers. We need to get to 50 subscribers pretty much before Worlds end, or pretty much before the year end, of course. So keep liking the shorts video, because I feel like right now the shorts are getting more and more attractive than my long-term video, of course. So it's fine, of course. If this is going to get viewers and give eyeballs, it's pretty much prestige, of course. And of course, I'll do my reviews afterwards after every game. And then from the Swiss stage, after the second round of Swiss stage, we'll analyze all the Swiss stage matches, which teams did well, which team did not do well, how disappointing is that performance, and all kind of stuff. And then we're previewing all the knockout stages, which matchups will fancy my tickle, which matchups will be great, which will be a stump. Who knows? But we will find out who plays who and how they're gonna match up in our preview series. And then during the knockout stage, we'll analyze each game and then preview the next matches. Pretty much in short form, of course, because I think most of the matches will be taking place in the morning, and I'm not sure if analyzing all of this in time will be not good. So you're gonna get all of these in probably short form and content, of course. Then before the finals, it will be one gigantic preview and narratives and play and analysis and each player and the history of all the kind of stuff and how significant in winning worlds for each player and how significant it is to win worlds and how huge would it be for the fan base and all kind of stuff. And after all the finals will be done, we'll be recapping the finals. We'll be giving the winners and losers their flowers, and then the entire worlds being over. What do I think about worlds? Is it the best worlds ever? Maybe or maybe not. Is this going to be my top 5 worlds? And I would like to close it out and saying thank you for everything we have done and everybody who's been watching my content and watching everything for the last couple of years, or the last year, of course. So that is my content for the week. I'll be probably gonna post this on the description below, of course, after the end of this video, for if you wanted to do that. These are my socials, ladies and gentlemen. I don't normally go to Blue Sky and sometimes Instagram not much. But if you want League of Legends, you get to this channel. And if you want more sports, I have my other channel to do my sports, of course. And if you want to hit me up, here my Discord and my TikTok and my X. I'll be doing some business stuff throughout the entire world's run. So now, here we are. We are getting into the main event of the evening, or the main event of this video. And it's time for us to do the primer. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are walking you back to pretty much the status ever website in all of League of Legends, or all of esports. LOLesports.com. Yeah, it is not having a great time. Not even having a great time. So as you all know, this is the World's Primer 2025. I mean, they're doing primers like every single tournament, but it is Worlds, and we have to get through it. So it said that this League of Legends World Championship is marks the 15-year anniversary of the LoL esports, and it's the world's pinnacle competition where the best teams from Legacy go off to the globe to face off for the ultimate title. This year, the theme for the whole thing is called "Earn Your Legacy," and a call to every pro that greatness is never given, only claimed. For 15 years, unforgettable moments have defined careers, inspired regions, etched themselves into esports region. Now, a new generation of legends has a chance to write to the next chapter. Well, if you wanted to keep the old legends like your fakers of the world and all kinds of stuff. And the rules of this will be found here, but I'm not gonna go 20 minutes of this rules. This will be tough. Now, unfortunately, this will be the thumbnail for this entire Capturing China series. And by the way, this is a Jin Zhao skin that is going to be used, or the world skin, by the way, is going to be useful, of course. By the way, it looks absolutely sick, of course. Now, the world's tournament will be taking place into 3 stages. The playing stage will be taking place on October 14th. The Swiss stage will be taking place the next day until October 25th. And the knockout stage will be taking place on October 28th and then to November 9th when the finals begin. The playing stage will be taking place in Beijing with all the matches, and of course, you can look at the times. These are different times based on the area, and us Eastern fans who just enjoy the MSI time is just gonna have a tortured time. I can't even barely sleep, wake up for 1 game, I guess. IG versus T1 will be the first matchup on Tuesday, October 14th. And then, of course, will be the Swiss stage, first best of 1 and best of 3. All these matches will be taking place in Beijing at the JDG Stadium, of course. Wednesday and then Thursday and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and a couple of days off, of course, to finish the first round of Swiss stage. Then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday will be rounding up the second round of Swiss stage. And of course, that will be round 1 and 2 of round 1 will be the initial Switch stage, your 1 and O's, your 0 and 1s, 1 and O's, initial round of course, and then it goes your 2 and O's, your 0 and 2s, and your 1 and 2s, your 2 and 2s, all this kind of stuff. And the knockout stage will be taking place in Shanghai and Chengdu. Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday and Friday will be the quarterfinalists. And then here's the keynote. The keynote is simple. No days off between the quarterfinals and semifinals. So immediately after the quarterfinals is over after Halloween, by the way, spooky season, November 1st and November 2nd will be the Saturday November 1st and Saturday November 2nd will be the semifinals, and all these matches will take place in Shanghai. The winners of those, the last two teams standing, will be playing on November 9th in Chengdu on Grand Finals Day to be crowned the one and only League of Legends champion and to earn their legacy. So, I think that's pretty much done. Here are the qualified teams for this year's tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, and I'm gonna do the description and like the legacies and how they do. BLG, runners-up of Worlds 2024 last year, and two-time MSI runners-up, of course, and many times LPL champion. And it was Legend, winners of Split 2 LPL, and top 3 at MSI, their first Worlds appearance. Top Esports, there are many Worlds appearance. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. There's so many Worlds, of course, in my brain sometimes. I kind of like it's kind of like a blur sometimes. But Top Esports qualified for probably their fifth Worlds, of course. There were their quarterfinalists in 2020, of course, but probably like the least team they ever trusted. And Invictus Gaming, champions in 2018, and returning for their first World appearances 2019. And the Shy and Rookie are back and all kind of stuff. The LCK Gen G semifinalists from 2021 and 2022 and 2024. Yes, last year's semifinals, two-time semifinals, of course, and two-time MSI champions and LCK champions. Hard Life Esports quarterfinalists in both 2021 and 22 and last year. MSI first stand champions, which is very important. KT roster quarterfinalists in 2018 and their first appearance since that 2018 roster. Actually, let's just go back. 2023 was the last time KT roster was coming into Worlds. And then, of course, the one, the only T1. Five-time Worlds champion and back-to-back World Championship champions. And many-time MSI champions. Actually, you could say two-time MSI champions. And millions of LCK champions. If T1 were to win this World, they would be the first ever team in the history of League of Legends esports to win back-to-back Worlds. I mean, the legacy is already cemented, of course, but you do this. Woo! Woo! Amazing. Just absolutely amazing. Now, G2 Esports from the EMEA or the LEC, 2019 World Worlds finalists and 2020 World semifinalists have not even made it to knockout stage since that 2020 team. In fact, Captain not even make it past knockout stages. The last 5 years have been pretty disappointing for G2 standards. But with the way how summer ended and how the momentum has gone, they have some problems, of course, but the way how summer ended and all kind of stuff, you do not want to bet against G2 at all. Movistar Koi, this is their. I mean, remember, this is mostly like Mad Lions Koi history. So let's just say that this is Mad Movistar Koi, and I'm going to be wrong, of course, in my comments. Their fifth appearance in World's history, and their first under the new brand of Movistar Koi. Quarterfinalists back in 2021 with Alioya still in the job, and yes, he's still here, of course. And Fnatic, the very first world champions, of course, and have not even done well since, other than the 2018 Worlds Finals, which sadly they lost to IG. Finally, to the LTA, and okay, sorry, not the LTA, FlyQuest quarterfinalists from 2024, their first Worlds quarterfinal appearance. Many MSI participants, of course. LTA champions, the one and only LTA champions, thank God. Vivo Kian Stars, their first appearance at Worlds, of course. LTA South champions, and of course have one player who actually been a Worlds a couple of times. That is Trimby. 100 D's making their fourth, count them fourth. So let me just see, 2018, 2021, 2022. Yeah, fourth Worlds appearance and their last, because of course this team is going to leave League of Legends after this year. So welcome back 100 Thieves for pretty much the last time. You've earned it. And finally, the LCP, CTBC Flying Oysters. This is their second Worlds appearance. Am I right? Yeah, second Worlds appearance for CTBC Flying Oyster. First stand semifinalist, and of course, a pretty top good team in MSI, of course. Team Secret Wales, this is their second Worlds appearance, but their first under the rebranded, joint agreement between Team Secret Wales and Team Secret and Team Wales, of course. So this is Team Wales' second appearance, but it is Team Secret's. Let me just say this. This is Team Wales' second Worlds appearance, but the first under the merger, of course. And PSG Talon, first Worlds appearance in like a long time. You can go back to 2023 if you have to. And welcome back Maple, welcome back Betty. Probably for the last time, of course, for this PHET roster. So we will see if they can carry the flag for LCP like Taipei Assassins did in Season 2. And now, I think I just wind it up, of course. It is time for us to explain this format for the Worlds. It's basically like the same format as like last 2 years, which, again, I do not like Swiss, but again, you just have MSI with a double elimination bracket, so whoop-de-doo, I guess. So, to explain this format and all kind of stuff, here is LEC's own Daniel Dracos.
The hero's entrance was true to its name. Worlds 2025, where the best teams on the planet will face off in China for 5 weeks of peak esports competition, a chance at international glory, an immortal legacy. Here's how it'll go down. This year, 17 teams from around the globe will fight for the Summoners Cup. The top 3 teams from each region, the MSI 2025 winner, and the 4th seed from the top 2 performing regions at MSI. They'll need to advance through 3 stages, play-in, Swiss, and knockouts, to reach the finals and earn their place in LoL esports history. The competition kicks off with the play-in day in Beijing. But this year, only those 4th seeds from the top 2 performing regions at MSI will battle it out in a single elimination best-of-5 match to decide who will join the other 15 teams in the next stage. This year, teams will also need to contend with Fearless Draft, which means champions that have been previously picked by either team cannot be played again in that best-of series. Everything is on the line, and everyone will be watching.
What an incredible play!
The Swiss stage of the tournament will continue in Beijing, where the remaining 16 teams will compete at the pinnacle of League of Legends esports. There are a total 5 rounds in the Swiss stage, and teams will always face opponents with the same win-loss record. Secure 3 wins, and you advance to the knockout stage in Shanghai, that much closer to the glory of the finals. Suffer 3 losses, and you're eliminated from the tournament. The first 2 rounds are best-of-1 matches, but starting in round 3, when a team is on the brink of elimination or advancement, the match will be a best-of-3 to prove you belong in the next round, and nobody is going down without a fight.
Getting out of control.
For the first round, individual matches will be drawn based on seeding, and then based on event match record from the second round going forward. In the first round, teams from the same region will not be matched against one another. While starting in the second round, teams will not replay one another, but can be matched up against a team from the same region. The 8 teams to secure 3 wins will then compete in the knockout stage in best-of-5 matches. During the draw, the 2 teams with a 3-0 record from the Swiss stage are guaranteed to be matched with opponents who have a 3-2 record, while the remaining teams will be matched regardless of record. These 8 teams will compete in the quarterfinals. 4 will advance to the semis, with the top 2 finally facing off in the finals in Chengdu, China. And then the world champion will hear the roar of thousands.
Can you believe that Barrett still?
Follow every triumph and tragedy, all the upsets, comebacks, and hard-fought victories on lolesports.com from October 14th to November 9th. Immortality awaits for those who have what it takes to earn their legacy.
Unbelievable once more.
Thank you, Daniel Dracos. You're probably going to hear more throughout the Worlds, and he's going to be cast in because Riot is just like keeping the same thing. So all of this is already flamed in the video. I do not have to read all this kind of stuff, but just in case you haven't noticed, round 1 will kick off on October 14th with after the play-in matches will be done, we'll be having the play-in result does not just decide who will qualify Swiss. It also bumps the region from number 3 seed into tier 2 with the tier split into 3 tiers. The number 1 tiers and the number 1 seeds in each region, and then tier 2 will be number 2 seed plus the number 3 seed from the play-in region winner, and then the remaining plus 3 seeds and the play-in winner, of course. And the matches will be the tier 1 and then versus tier 3 and then tier 2 versus tier 2. And of course, no same region showdowns in round 1. And then from the second round until the 5th, which is the 15th, 16th, 19th, and 24th, it is teams that face each other with the same record, will be playing each other, no repeat opponents. If a clash would repeat or if a draw would force a different matchup to repeat, the team is redrawn into the next open slot. And then for the knockout draw will be like 2 teams from 3-0, 3 teams from 3-1, and 3 teams from 3-2. So it's basically 8 teams, of course. And then each 3-0 teams will draw into 3-2. The rest will be in sequence, no restrictions, and all kind of stuff. And then the matches to play there, best of 5 until we crown a world champion. That is it. So a little crazy stuff, of course. As I said, I do not like Swiss, but it is what it is. And you just have to eat it. C'est la vie, I guess. And now, look at this beautiful stuff. Emotes! They have returned. We got a team. We got a buff Timo. We got Callista. We got a Worry Callista. We got an Aatrox. We got the Talia. We got Nafiri. Question in Nafiri. My goodness. We got a lot of cool stuff. A lot of cool emotes taking place. Now, in case you haven't noticed, drops are back for 2025, and this is your last chance to earn them in 2025. Throughout the tournament, viewers on lolesports.com, which I sadly cannot do, can unlock 9 brand new exclusive rewards, each drop at key moments along the road to the finals. On top of that, the Esports 2025 capsule is up for grabs whenever a Pentakill, Baron Steel, Dragon Steel, or Silver Scrapes recorded on the Rift. Now you have to stay tuned, of course, with the drops being made, which is going to be sponsored by Coinbase and crypto company Crunchyroll, which is going to be supporting which is an anime company, which is like you're bringing anime and all kind of stuff. That's fun. The Esports World Cup. I am not touching that with a 5-foot pole. Opera GX, one of the gaming, of course, operating browsers, of course, for your gaming pleasure. They're not going to do something with Opera GX this year with the Worlds, of course. And Secret Lab, which is going to make it monitors and keyboards and maybe chairs, of course. That will be, of course. So, from the opening day is the Let's Go emote. The beginning of the Swiss stage with the 07 emote, which is this Aatrox. The second week of Swiss stages is What Just Happened emote, which is this. Yeah, this is the emote. And then for the Come Get It emote, which is like the Amumu, of course. Oh no, actually it's more of this. The Xenox. The Xenox. Yeah, him. And then we got semifinals. I'm not sad emote with Victory emote, which is this, which is the Callista emote. And then for the finals will be the power up emote with the cheerful worlds icon, which is kind of like a Talia right here, and Timo, of course. And then for the championship, which is the buff mode emote, which is right here during the trophy ceremony. And they stay tuned with all the key tournament moments to get your reward and all kind of stuff. For Twitch subscriptions, all Twitch subscribers to participate in LoL esports channels, which is an asterisk, which is participating in LoL channels, which is all right here. During Worlds, receive benefits like custom chat emotes, badges, and ad-free viewing. Riot will allocate a portion of the proceedings to the global revenue pool, which is going to help a lot of teams, of course, which directly supports leagues and teams in the LoL esports ecosystem. Now, the Twitch subscription perks are ad-free viewing, which is enjoying uninterrupted broadcast, event-exclusive Twitch chat emotes, showcase your fandom and chat with unique emotes, Twitch channel badges, display loyalty and with special subscriber badges, channel points, earn and redeem points for fun interactions, subscriber-only chat, participate in exclusive discussions, and you can see all the website. So, this is the Twitch subscriptions, which is additional benefits for paying and give some subs. This is the fabulous in-game emotes, which is the KDA Macaulay, of course. Fans who subscribe to our esports channel using a paid or gifted sub on Twitch, which is noted the Prime subscribers are not eligible for these awards, in-game or badges if subbing to an official co-streamer for the event. The event badge sub must occur during the World's co-stream and will receive a new Akali in-game emote of claiming the award. In the event chat badge, fans who subscribe to either Riot LoL esports channels or participate in World's official co-streamers using pay or gift sub receive a World's global chat badge to add to their collection. And yeah, you can see right there. Now, to see these jobs, you have to connect your Twitch and Riot accounts. You have to subscribe to our participating channel with a pay to gift sub and claim the reward from your Twitch inventory. For more about these jobs, please see the Trip Jobs website. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the most important thing ever. Well, next to like merch, of course. World's co-streaming. Now, World 2025 is set to host the largest co-streaming program in tournament history. Powered by Opera GX, the co-streaming hub will feature over 100 creators across multiple languages and viewing styles, giving fans an easy way to follow their favorite personalities in one central directory. The invite-only program highlights community creators who've covered regional leagues and past global events, while also welcoming new voices from across the league ecosystem. All qualified teams are invited to co-stream the full event and encouraged to collaborate with affiliate creators. The full remote co-streamer lineup will be revealed on October 7th, with on-site co-streamers announced ahead of Follows Week. So here's the kicker, guys. For anybody who don't know, my friend David Shynock, who's been a good friend of mine, I chatted with him, I talked with him, of course. He's a put in 100 Thieves. And he has been working his butt off, creating content, talking North America, of course. Now, of course, sadly for me, I'm only like a 41 subscribers and I'm not streaming as much, of course. But I would really want him to be part of this thing. And I would really want him for the final time to be a 100 Thieves fan, to have this moment in honor of me, of course. So if you could give David Shynock his dues, that'll be fine. And if for all the content creators, of course, the standard content creator guidelines remain in effect. So you have to follow the rules or you get absolutely nothing. Pickups are back, ladies and gentlemen. And look at these emotes. Look at these. We got Dunkus and Ivern, of course. The Jin Zhao icon. You got your Fiddlesticks, Crazy Fiddlesticks, Aniva, and Nautilus. Now, for the World's Pick'ems powered by AWS, now, these are the dates, of course. Now, of course, all the 2025 are returning with the familiar ways to play, new rewards, and the debut of community factions. Now, on October 7th, which is probably next week, of course, picks open for the Crystal Ball factions and Swiss stage predictions. And then October 14th, before the first playing matchup, with the Swiss stage players picks locked in. And then October 25th will be the after the final Swiss matchup with the knockout stage picks open. Then October 28th will be the before the first knockout matchup will be the knockout stage picks locks in. And then World's Final concludes with the pick'em scores finalized and rewards be aimed to be distributed within 48 hours. Now, Pick'em's powered by AWS, the Amazon World Service, kicks off 1 week before Worlds with Crystal Ball and Swiss predictions. This year, we are offering even more ways to play with the community with our newest Pick'em's fixtures, factions. By joining a faction, fans declare allegiance to their favorite creator and earn points as World 2025 progresses. At the end of the tournament, the faction with the highest average score wins an exclusive emote for each participant. Get your faction picks, line up because the emote is not available anywhere else. Now, the format updates with a condensed World 2025 schedule were adjusted to Pick'em's candidates to keep the experience competitive. Now, play-ins and Swiss are bundled into a single stage of predictions. Knockouts will follow a pick all at once format instead of round by one. So it's like you got to pick like who will win all these kind of stuff. And then fans can now predict Swiss qualification records, which is which team will be 3-0, 3-1, and 3-2. Now, rewards to players can earn exclusive in-game emotes for participation and performance in traditional pick'ems, Crystal Ball and factions, from a collection of all ultimate skins for perfect picks to a hunk emote just for participating. We've got a suite of rewards on tap. All rewards will be distributed within 48 hours of Worlds ending. And don't give up on your perfect pick dream. Anything can happen on the biggest stage. Now, of course, there's a little note that World 2025 Pick'ems is available to play in all regions except for Cuba, Iran, North Korea, Crimea, Donetsk, Luhansk, Sudan, Venezuela, Syria, Quebec, and Myanmar, where League of Legends is published by a local publisher, i.e., example, China, or any other region where this offer is valued, and it requires a valid Riot account and a summoner name to play and receive rewards. Please note that eligibility for prizes and rewards may vary in different regions due to local regulations. Scoring for Crystal Ball predictions takes place after Worlds concludes, and all performance-based tier rewards will be delivered on or around November 11th. If you believe you qualify for a Pick'ems award and did not receive a credit for it by November 17th, please contact Player Support. Now, for the Global Power Rankings powered by AWS. The Global Power Rankings powered by AWS return for Worlds with daily updates rolling out after each match day. The model tracks results from across the tournament to dynamically adjust team stance. Giving fans a fresh look at the global competitive landscape. The Global Power Rankings data model has been enhanced to improve its accuracy and predictive performance. Starting with Worlds, GPR will incorporate a stump factor when calculating two teams' power scores. Teams now gain more points for decisive victories than for close ones. This addition enables GPR to more precisely identify and rank the world's elite teams by reflecting the dominance exhibited in their wins. I will get to these power rankings later on. So yeah, I'll get to these power rankings later on. For now, the world's in-game offerings, in case you haven't noticed, the World 2020. Now, these are the in-game offerings. World 2025 is bringing some of the most exciting in-game promotions yet, blending the spirit of competition with the culmination of a year-long narrative. This year features skin King Ko Jin Zhao. And if you notice, let's just see, way up, there it is. There it is, you cute little bastard. Now, let's just go down. Where is it? There you go. It is marked the first time that seasonal storytelling ties directly into team revenue sharing, complete with a world's chroma to collect. Fans can also look forward to the return of pro teams' global emote, with each team contributing to the design of their unique emote, as well as the comeback of team-branded summoner icons. Equip 1, and your summon ID will proudly display the team's tri-code to rep your favorite team on the Rift. Additionally, Elite Chromos have arrived for two legendary championship teams in LoL esports history: 2018 Invictus Gaming and 2017 Samsung Galaxy. While World's winner skins released since 2019 have included Elite Chromos, we're now extending that tradition to earlier collections, with more teams and eras to be added in future Worlds patches. After a successful trial at MSI, we're bringing back the international tournament skin promotion once again at Worlds 2025. From November 10th to 18th, we're giving players the chance to grab the same skins used by the winning team during the finals at a major discount. The offering will allow players to choose from role-specific bundles at 50% off with dynamic pricing that adjusts based on what you already own. Players can also pick up individual skins at 33% off. Please note, Prestige, Ultimate, Mythic, Variant, Exalted, and Transcendent skins are not included in this promotion. If one of these is used during the final, it will be replaced with a comparable eligible skin. Like kind of like the I'm saying even on the side. Finally, for each purchase of Panda Pal Lux, and I'm gonna just show you the skin right now, in case many people are living on the rock. For anybody who live on the rock, this is the Lux Panda, and this is the Panda Pal Lux skin. Oh, beautifully cute. Beautifully cute. Well, unfortunately, they did not actually did not release the skin. But for every purchase of that skin from November 5th to 3rd, Riot will contribute 100% of proceedings as well as 2x match to the Riot Games Social Impact Fund, a donor-advised fund account sponsored by Impact Assets. So yeah, I guess you can just save the pandas, I guess. And now for some merch. Oh, look at that beautiful merch. Look at that beauty. I mean, it's not as great as the MSI one, in which like you got your World's jacket and your hockey jerseys, but it's fine. I give them points for that. Now for the merchandise. And now to celebrate the 15 years of LoL Esports with the official 2025 merchandise collection. This year collection takes theme cues from the Trials of Twilight storyline and features a variety of accessories and appeal perfect for wedging the best League of Legends complete with the Summoners Cup. The World 2025 collection will be available in all these stores on October 13th. Riftbound Worlds Bundle. Like everybody noticed that, of course, Riftbound is the card game that it is pretty much killing Legends of Runeterra. I'm just kidding. But it's a little bit of a table card game with all these kind of stuff. Now, Riftbound is thrilled to join the action for Worlds 2025 with an exclusive Teemo bundle just for the occasion. This commemorative box contains a Panda Teemo promotional card, 3 oversized battlefields celebrating the event with a theme of Chinese cities, card sleeves, a full deck box, and matching playmat for your favorite Riftbound deck and the prestige and excitement that comes with 15 years of LoL esports. And finally, and next, Worlds Unlock 2025 presented by Opera GX. Worlds Unlock is back for Worlds 2025 and it's literally bigger than ever. We can't give too much away, but this year's edition is a canned mix with a mix of digital and physical items worthy of a 15-year celebration of World League dominance. Stay tuned, we'll be sharing more in the coming days when Worlds Unlock will be available for purchase on the Riot Games merch store, so you can secure your piece of the celebration. And finally, a thank you for all the sponsors, of course, AWS, Cisco, Coinbase, Crunchyroll, Esports World Cup, HyperX, MasterCard, Mercedes-Benz, Amen, Opera GX, Oppo, the phone, Red Bull, Secret Lab, and Verizon, bringing the next level to all the fans of quarterly sports. Whether you're taking the action from the person or few and afar, all the partners and instrumental be in your support. So all this kind of stuff. So that is the primer for World 2025, and I have to say, man, it's woof. The emotes looking absolutely great, and we all know pick'ems and the channels, and for content creators and co-streamers and all, of course, this is going to be huge for them. We're seeing a lot of co-streamers. We see from Kdro to Yamato to I Will Dominate to some of the people. Co-streaming will be huge, of course. I think the numbers will be huge. I think everything will be huge, of course. Merchandise is it's fine. I can understand they're trying to do the theme, of course, with the whole Twilight of the theme. Haven't played the game that much, so don't know much lore and all kind of theme, but it's kind of cool with the chromes and all kind of stuff and the worlds. It's kind of generic, but it's fine, I guess. Pick'ems. Now, let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. I was a few picks from getting perfect, of course. A few picks in my MSI to get perfect. But the question is, can I get perfect picks throughout the worlds? We'll find out, of course. And that is not the only website that is do pick'ems. DPM also does pick'ems as well. So if you feel like LoL Esports is not your cup of tea, you can just go on that website and just do your pick'ems as well. It'll be more detailed, of course. And now for the global rankings as we are about to leave the primer, of course. Gen G are the #1 team in the world by the rankings, of course. Honda Life Esports second, T1 a third, which is pretty much the status quo with all three LCK teams being good. And it was Legend, BLG, Top Esports are 4, 5, and 6, which means all three LPL teams are in there. Flagways are in number 7. CFO is number 8. KT Rolls are 9. G2 are 10th. IG 11th. DK 12. PSG 13, JDG 14, and Weibo 15. So if you wanted to squeeze out the teams that are not in there, you could just say that PSG are kind of like the lowest ranked team to even qualify. Well, no. I think it's Koi being qualified, or Fnatic. Let me just scroll down. 100D? I think 100T. Yeah, I think 100 Thieves. No, not 100 Thieves. Team Secret Wales and number 22 is the lowest to qualify for Worlds. So, yeah, a lot of stuff going on. And if you look at regional strengths, well, LCK top, LPL second as per usual, LEC 13th, and then you look at LTA North. God, we don't have to call that anymore. Being a little bit ahead of LCP right now, which is kind of worrying because if North America were to lose the LCP team, it's going to be a lot of hatred, of course. A lot of hatred. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think that should conclude this portion of the world. We are getting a little bit started. It's time for everybody else, for the co-streamers, for the teens, for all the people to earn your legacy. And for the next couple of days, I'll be previewing all the kind of stuff, talking, not doing streams. I will be talking all matches and narratives and all kind of stuff for the next couple of days. And keep your eye on your TikToks and your YouTube shorts because I'm not finished with the 14 worlds in 14 days kind of thing. The upload that you're seeing right now is the 2020 version. We got the next 4 more years of worlds to cover, of course. So keep your eye on it for the next couple of days and all kind of stuff. So, on behalf of each and everybody, enjoy this worlds, of course. Capturing China is now online, and we will see you on the next time. Ciao and Jin.